What's up guys, Pidget here. Last league I made a Donkey, Bosser and Mopper character and you guys loved it. So I made an improved version Explosive Top Saboteur build for the upcoming new league, Forbidden Sanctum. If you not played this skill before, you will throw traps and this will explode 8 or 10 times, depends you have the Helm enchantment or not. Or the explosion can hit the same enemy. This is where our DPS coming from and from the number of traps. You will scale gem level to reach high levels. The reason why is a good starter because you will feel your character progressing every single upgrade you get. I will give my humble opinion on this skill. This was my build of the league. It has high damage, you can tank almost everything on low budget, but this is league start, where you can't have access to high tier items easily on the first day of the league. And I can safely say you can start with this, if you like the skill. You will start a little slow, but it will scale to the late game pretty good with a few items. Or you just one build per league person, this is the build for you. The clear speed is okay, not too fast but not slow either. You need gem swap for tougher bosses, because we using cluster trap and increase aura effect for clear. I'm really enjoyed the gameplay flow with this and the explosion on my screen is satisfying to see. Few words on leveling this build. I'm always using the same skill if possible that I'm using in the late game, because I don't like switch around. You can take explosive trap from level 1 and start taking it over the game. You will have a little clear speed problem till level 8. This is when you can get the multiple traps support gem. For make your life easier, you can use any scepter, wand, rune danger with any other 2 spells, increase spell critical chance, and maybe if you get lucky you can use +1 to all fire spell for easy leveling. But if you get unlucky and none of these drop, you can cheat your way in with a simple vendor recipe that I put in the POE notes. If you have hard time with your damage, take damage notes from the tree. Or if you struggle with survival, take life notes. This is my golden rule for leveling. But if I have both good, then I go pure damage. Or late game is just amazing. You will scale so hard with any item you upgrade. Or damage will through the roof. I can tell the exact number what damage we deal because our single trap exploded 10 times in a row and we can throw up to 5 traps in a single cast. So it's hard to tell how much explosion land on the boss, but you will melt anything even their bosses. Our defensive layers is the following. Using Grace Aura for evasion rating, so we almost can die from the monster basic attacks or projectiles. Because we using Grace, we can use Ghost Dance Keystone. When we take a hit, we will recover 3% of our evasion rating as energy shield. And we can do this 3 times in a row before the stacks recharge. To benefit from this even more, we will using energy shield and evasion base type and crystal belt with energy shield mod on them. Determination and Molten Shell combo for the physical damage reduction. Because of that, we were using our panic button, War Molten Shell. When this is active, we almost immortal for the duration. For even more duration, we linked increased duration to this skill, so we can use this almost 20 seconds, which is plenty of time to do the boss mechanics or just search a safe zone to recover. Speaking of physical damage, we're using minimum endurance charges for even more damage reduction. Ignite and shock immunity, because we choose Saboteur as our Ascendancy. It's important to get these immunities in the current patch, because other monsters could shock or ignite us. For even more defense, I upgraded my Pantheon to get freeze immunity, also we reducing the effect of shield by 50%. Now we almost can be touched by physical attacks, only danger left for us is spell damage. But we have a solution for this. Using spell suppression on gear, which is preventing half of the spell damage when we taking spell damage. In 3.19 they nerfed the spell suppression chance on gear, so we will counter this by allocating a few spell suppression nodes on the tree and we good to go. We also blinding nearby enemies and we will take 15% less damage from them. On the offensive side, this is a trap build, so we can preload our damage. So we can burst down the boss in the first few seconds. My original build was using alternating scatter from heist, but they nerfed so hard the brittle effect, so we need a new solution for this. The solution is we will convert our physical damage to fire damage. The trap has already built-in conversation, so we only need 50% and we can cover with these 2 things. First solution, on our glass we will using searing exact implicit and converting fist to fire. And we also crafting fist to fire, so we only left 5%, which is enough. The second solution, we using Skin of the Lord's unique body armor with Avatar of Fire keystone. The only problem with this, I can't tell the price of this item with the right colors because you can modify the socket numbers or colors on this chest piece. So I can tell the price at the restart. So this option is just for the Uber endgame, not regional bossing and mapping. Because via trap build, we can generate power and frenzy charges easily if an enemy is triggering or traps. This is why you will see the frenzy and power charges ticked in the path of building. I would like if you hit the like button like the shaper hitting the adder so it can start spread to more people. Thank you. Quick rundown on the gear side. Because it's league start, we can't have big items in the first day of the league. That's why we have very basic items in the list here. Use this list as a template. If you want more, you can take a look on the endgame POB. Under the notes section, you can find a few useful things for the early leveling. Because with scaling the gem levels, we need every source of +1 to fire or physical skill mod. You can have that on your weapon, shield and amulet. In 3.19, they removed the maximum life as energy shield mod from your chest piece, so all the base types needs to be energy shield and evasion rating base, except the shield. This is full energy shield, otherwise you can't have +1 to fire or physical skill because this mod is exclusive for the energy shield base type. Your belt needs to be a crystal belt with energy shield mod on this. This will boost your energy shield pool even higher. Later on, when you have the currency or the resource to make items, you have to aim the following implicits. On your helmet, increase mana reservation efficiency of skills, you need at least 9%. The other mod is increased critical chance for spells. Also, you need explosive trap enchantment. Explosive trap can cause 2 additional smaller explosions. On your gloves, increase trap throwing speed and if inflict fire exposure on hit. On your boots, drops brittle ground while moving. I know they nerfed this mod but still gives +2 global critical chance, so it's still worth using. The other mod is physical damage as extra fire damage. You will craft on your ring and amulet minimum endurance charges for the extra physical damage reduction. In 3.20, they removed the Conqueror's efficiency unique javel and put the reservation to the Javel global mod pool. You need use 1 or 2 with these stats, otherwise you can't use your auras or just use Enlighten. The rest of the Javels is rare with life and critical strike multiplier with fire skills or elemental skills. We're taking Saboteur as our Ascendancy because almost this is the only Ascendancy in the game that synergizes very well with the traps. The notables in order are the following. In your first lab you take Perfect Crime because our mana cost in the early stages is high. This helps sustain our mana, also give us extra damage. Second lab, we take Explosive Expert for more damage. Third lab, you will take Pyromaniac. This is what I really like in this Ascendancy. You will get health regen and you will be immune to shock and ignite. When you complete your Uber lab, take Born in the Shadow. This is our defensive part. You will take less damage from the blinded enemies while nearby enemies is also blinded. Gem and Gemling starting with our main skill, Explosive Trap. Explosive Trap, add that fire damage, concentrated effect, life tap, drop and mind damage, and Swift Assembly. You switching the Swift Assembly support gem to Cluster Trap, the concentrated effect to Array effect when you are doing maps. Or auras in our weapon, summon Skitterbots, Grace and Determination. Or extra damage skill, Beer Trap, Life Tap and Combustion. Or defensive setup, Valmolten Shell, cost 1 damage taken, Molten Shell level 12, cost 10 damage taken level 1, increase duration, and life tap. Our movement skill setup, Flame Dash with life tap, and our damage curse is Assassin Mark is also linked with life tap. I hope you enjoyed this video about Explosive Saboteur. If you have any question, please let me know under the video. Have a wonderful league start, guys. Thanks for watching, I was Puget, and see you next time.